Hi, it's Tanya from My Forking Life, and today we're in the kitchen and we are making lemon crinkle cookies from scratch. Now this is a cookie recipe that is perfect for the springtime, and it's so easy to make. You can make it with your kids, your grandchildren, and I tell you, they're so good. Did I mention they're from scratch? Yes, you'll impress everyone. All right, let's get it started. So for this recipe, I have gathered all my ingredients and I have mise en place them, meaning that I have measured them all out because that's what will make this recipe go a lot smoother. If you are looking for the recipe ingredients, you can find them in the description below, and the full recipe instruction and details are over on the website at myforkinglife.com. Now, before we get started, we are going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. We also have gotten the ingredients that need to be room temp, like our butter and our eggs, out the fridge. And I have them sitting around for like 30 minutes to an hour to get nice, the butter to get nice and softened and the egg to get room temp. The other thing I'm gonna do is line a baking sheet with parchment paper. So now that I've prepared my baking sheet, I'm going to go ahead and combine my dry ingredients in a bowl. So I've got some all-purpose flour here. I'm adding a little bit of baking powder, a little bit of kosher salt. Now salt in baked goods is what helps bring out the flavor, so you just want a little teeny bit. And we're also going to add some baking soda as well. We're just going to combine that. And we're gonna set that aside. Now that we've got our dry ingredients set to the side, we're gonna go ahead and start with our wet ingredients. We are going to cream our room temperature butter. That's why you need it room temp, because if it's too cold, it's not gonna cream really well. And if it's too soft, it's not gonna look good. So we're gonna cream our butter and our sugar together. And I like to cream mine for about like 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm putting that in the stand mixer, medium. And I'll be back in like 5 minutes when this is nice and creamed and fluffy. So it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, our butter, it's not super duper fluffy, but it's definitely fluffy enough for these cookies. Aha. All right, so to that, I'm going to add some more wet ingredients. I'm going to add a whole egg, and I like to crack my eggs in a separate bowl before I add it, just in case there's any weird wonky stuff, or if I, accidentally lose a shell. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm also gonna add some vanilla extract. And I'm going to add some actual fresh lemon juice. Some actual fresh lemon juice and zest of a lemon. So I've washed this lemon already, and I love this zester. It is my favorite ever, but we want to get the zest of the lemon just to get some nice extra lemon flavor. And I like to zest my lemon before I cut into it. It's just easier for me. Also, make sure you're only zesting the yellow part. If you get into that white part, it's bitter. And then you'll have bitter cookies, and everyone will just be mad at you. Been there, done that. All right, that's enough. Okay. And we're only gonna need about 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Again, I like to squeeze my lemon juice in a separate container before I pour it into my batter because I don't want any seeds in there. I'm gonna need about a whole tablespoon. Oh, look, there's a seed. A whole tablespoon of lemon juice. Let me get rid of that seed first. Get out. Gonna give that a mix just to combine it and get that egg and other liquid into that butter. And at this point, this is optional. You can see this batter is pretty yellow, but I want it to be a little yellower. So I'm just gonna add a few drops of yellow food coloring, which is looking red, but it's gonna be yellow. Yeah, like 4 to 5 drops. Because I want these to really scream yellow. Looking a little orange. It's gonna be very yellow. All right, so we're gonna add that flour mixture that we've combined before right into our wet ingredients. Be careful not to overmix your dough because then your cookies will just be a little bit dense. So I just do it until I don't see any more flour spots. So our cookie dough is done. And you can see because I added that yellow food coloring, it's like super yellow. Again, that's optional. You don't need it, but I like really yellow lemon cookies. All right. All right, so now we're gonna get ready to bake our cookies. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab about half a tablespoon of batter for each cookie. And I'm just gonna roll it into a ball. Cute little teeny ball. And I'm gonna drop it in some granulated sugar. This is what's gonna give you your crinkle. And we're just gonna roll it completely in the granulated sugar first. And then we're gonna put it in a separate container. By the way, make sure you've measured these in separate containers before you start it. We're gonna then roll it into powdered sugar. It's gonna look like this. And we're just gonna place those on our cookie sheet about 2 inches apart, just to give them enough time and room to spread. All right, so I'm gonna finish rolling this dough. All right, so I've got all my cookies rolled in that granulated sugar and powdered sugar, and I'm gonna go ahead and bake it in that preheated oven for about 14 to 16 minutes. We'll notice that those cookies spread and become beautiful. The other thing you'll notice is that I have not used all the dough on this sheet. You can bake multiple sheets at a time, or you can save this dough for later. You can either put it in the refrigerator or you can freeze it for later. All right, let's bake these cookies. La, 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 la. Hey Google, set timer for 14 minutes. We got a little crinkly, and the ones in the back got more crinkly. You see, they're super cute and teeny. Oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, girl. So our cookies are done. As you can see, they have crinkled. And I let them cool on the baking sheet for about like 2 to 3, 4 to 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna put them on a wire rack to completely finish cooling. They're so small and cute. My hands are clean. I feel like someone ate one of my cookies. So while your cookies are cooling, you can go ahead and grab your favorite cup of coffee, mimosa, milk, whatever you like to do. And I promise you, they are going to be well worth the wait. Our cookies have cooled. I put them on a plate just for you and me. All right, I'm gonna actually taste one of these. You can see they're so cute, so small, crinkly. And very lemony. Super easy to make, made from scratch. Impress everyone with this lemon cookie. All right, until the next time, bye. You know what, let me take my cookies too. I need to take my coffee. I'll figure it out. So our, brown cow.